Coming up on this edition of MHS Rewind, we'll look back at the musical Cinderella and talk to members of both casts about the performances. We'll check in on the chess club as they prepare to host the state tournament this spring, and we'll head to Bradford Woods to look at a program that gives seniors a chance to relive their 5th grade experience.
And in sports, we'll have previews of boys basketball, girls basketball, swimming, and wrestling. Good afternoon, MHS. I'm Jack Reeves.
And I'm Austin Bray. We'll have all those stories and more coming up next on MHS Rewind. MHS students performed the musical Cinderella 4 different times the week before Thanksgiving break. Director Brian Samardzija double-cast the show to allow more students to be involved. Ben Selch went to the Friday night premiere and afterwards talked to the members of the Fox cast about their performance.
I think it went really well, you know. I mean, we've been working on this for a couple months now, you know, and I think the hard work really paid off tonight, you know.
I think the show went wonderful. I think there's always room for improvement, but I think our cast all did the best they could do, and we did great. It was amazing and it was fun.
I think the show went amazing. I could have given a little bit better performance, but come on, it went pretty well. My favorite part, I really love the beginning when I'm with all the knights and they're surrounding me and we're singing and marching through the woods.
I love the ragamuffins line. I love calling people that. It's so funny.
What are you doing surrounded by these ragamuffins?
My favorite part of tonight was probably when I called Cinderella physically unappealing and the crowd burst in laughter.
My feeling is that up close, the girl was physically unappealing to bed. My lovely daughters.
Probably my Now is the Time marketplace. That was very fun.
My favorite part? Oh, definitely ripping the dress. I get to be all mean and I'm like, you be in rags, and I like that part.
You should be in rags. No, worn out rags. That's all you deserve.
Probably transforming from like an old hag to pretty princess.
I think my favorite part was my big scene. The prince is giving a ball scene. It's a lot of fun to sing, and I'm glad I did good on it
today. My favorite part of tonight was probably the waltz scene. I just love doing the dance and all the dresses, all the lighting. I love that scene.
The students came up with names for the different casts based on characters from the musical. Loudon McFarland went to the second night and talked to members of the second cast about their time on the stage.
On Saturday, November 19th, the Raccoon group of Cinderella performed for their first time. Curtis Crabb played Prince Charming, and the seniors thought it went really well.
Honestly, just no mistakes through the whole play. I feel like everyone just did their part, did their job, and it all just came together.
Maggie Watkins played Cinderella, and she also thought it went really well.
I definitely was very stressed, but it was honestly not that bad. Like, we got through it, everything went fine, and there was nothing to worry about. It went great.
The other actors were also happy with the performance.
I think we did wonderfully, but then again, I might be slightly biased. I'm just proud that I remembered most of my lines.
Somehow pulled everything together that we hadn't gotten done on Thursday, so it couldn't have gotten better, really. I think everybody did fantastic.
Crabb's favorite part was singing Loneliness of the Evening.
I love that song. It just sounds so good, and just everything about it just is awesome.
The other actors also had their own favorite scene.
I love the ballroom scene, but my favorite part to do is when I just go out on stage and I sing a little song and I dance in my little cloak, and it's just a fun time.
Madame has like so many good lines during it, and everything that she says is just always so funny. It makes the audience like really laugh, and everyone gets engaged, and like just everything.
Like, this could not happen without our set crew, our orchestra, our lighting, everybody who was involved. It's so great to see a production come together. It's great.
For MHS Rewind, I'm Loud McFarland.
The Army brought a trailer full of different virtual reality simulations to MHS several weeks ago. VR simulations are used in flight schools to simulate different flight scenarios. Students and staff were able to experience firsthand what pilots do to start their training.
So on my left, we have an Apache simulation that is going to allow a gunner and a pilot to fly through different obstacles, basically just allowing you to feel what it's like to be in the aircraft and to utilize the controls. We also have a Black Hawk simulation that allows you to really test your aviation skills by flying through different obstacles and taking off and landing the aircraft.
The trailer also included a virtual reality simulation that lets you take hold of a minigun on the side of a helicopter and use it strategically on enemy AI combatants. They brought the trailer to show students what happens in different careers of the Army. If you have any questions or want further information, you can get in contact with Staff Sergeant Steven Sorrento in the STAR program in room 141.
MHS is celebrating National Computer Science Education Week by challenging all arties to code for an hour between now and Friday, December 9th. Learn to code by creating fun games with themes including sports, Minecraft, Poetry Slam, Star Wars, and the amazing world of Gumball. Everyone who participates for an hour will be entered into a drawing for prizes. To start coding, join Google Classroom with the code IWDY62I. Then select the link to start one or more of the featured coding games. See Dr. Bruner in room 133 in the library for help or questions.
The Chess Club is preparing to host the Scholastic Chess of Indiana state tournament in March. Serenity Fry went to one of the recent meetings to gain some insight into the club and the event.
The Artesian Chess Club has been around for a while. The high schoolers meet to play on club days and on Wednesday nights in the cafeteria.
There was a chess club at South Elementary by one of the teachers there. And when he was no longer teaching, which was by the time I was in first grade, they needed someone to take it over. And my parents decided that they could do that because at the time my brother was really into chess and I was getting into it. So we did that and they've been in charge of it ever since.
Like Ryan Pilot, some of the members have been playing chess for a long time.
Ryan got me into chess when I was in 5th grade and I've been in it ever since. It's always been kind of like our inner group.
Kevin Wong has been playing chess since he was 5.
My dad had a computer and there was a chess app on it, and that's how I started to play chess.
I definitely love the people that we play with and the memories that we created.
That group of seniors have made some good memories. They won state in 7th grade and finished 3rd in 8th and 11th grade.
It's one of those games where like you have to go out and actually defeat the other person.
Artesian Chess Club hosted the state tournament at the high school in 2019, and they plan to host the Scholastic Chess of Indiana State Championship in March.
I would love it if I won the individual championships for state. It has a $2,000 scholarship, and I would love to have that. Also, I would love it if our team won state this year also.
Chess Club is always looking for new members from all grades and experience levels.
It's for everybody. We're fun. We talk a lot. We go over games. And I believe it's just fun for everybody, so everybody should come to it.
You can sign up for one of their after-school meetings by emailing artesianchess@gmail.com. For MHS Rewind, I'm Serenity Fry.
The 2022 swimming season has begun, and with it comes new coaches and new goals for the season. Jackson Turner has the story.
Lindsay Pappas is a first-year teacher and coach at Martinsville. Previously, she was an assistant coach at Bedford North Lawrence High School for 3 years. She is currently the head coach of the girls' team.
I'd say one of our primary goals for the season is building team unity and having a successful, positive, fun atmosphere here at the pool.
She was never a competitive swimmer, but came to swimming through triathlons and started coaching because of her passion for guiding students.
And so getting to work with students in the pool is a really cool way of seeing what other talents students have outside of the classroom, and also prioritizing that there's more out there than whether or not you can solve for X.
The new head coach for the boys is Taylor Schubert, and despite the small numbers, she is still optimistic about her team this season.
I am optimistic that our boys are going to work hard with each other with the numbers that they do have, and work hard to take down their personal best times and do what they can with such a small team.
Schubert is a teacher at Poston Road Elementary and a former Martinsville swimmer herself. This is her first year as head coach, but she has been an assistant for 5 years and wants to see some growth from her team.
I definitely want to bring the team closer together than it has been in the past. We had a couple of years where the kids just didn't know each other really well. They didn't mesh well as a team.
I think that high school athletics are really important for building relationships between young people, especially young women. And I'm really passionate about helping them build those bonds that'll last them for the rest of their lives.
The swim team will be hitting the water tomorrow at Beech Grove High School. For MHS Rewind, I'm Jackson Turner.
The boys basketball team tipped off the season last Tuesday, beating Edgewood 64-44. And as Bo Dilley tells us, it should be an exciting year.
Artesian basketball is something that head coach Kip Staggs has a lot of passion for, and needless to say, he is excited for the upcoming season.
I think there's a lot of reasons to be excited. You know, I think we have 5 or 6 seniors that have put a lot of time in and really been dedicated to the sport.
One of those seniors is his son Brody, who agrees with his dad in having confidence for the season.
Definitely win a lot of games and to play hard and make the fans want to come back and watch us.
His teammate, fellow senior Jack Wolf, also has big expectations for his last ride.
I think people should be excited because I think we'll be pretty good this year, and I think we'll be in a lot of the games and we'll be able to compete, and I think it'd be fun to watch.
One of the reasons the team should be fun to watch is the return of Will Baston and Caleb Cheatham. Baston missed the second half of last year with Tommy John surgery, and Caleb Cheatham missed his entire junior year with a torn ACL and meniscus.
You know, we had a season last year, we had 4 guys miss 39 games due to injury, and obviously Will and Caleb were a part of that, and they had really, really good summers, really good falls, and really look forward to seeing what they do.
Both of those injured players have had successful recoveries in doing therapy and spending countless hours in the gym working on their game, and they are both very eager to see what their senior year holds for them.
It feels good. It was a long wait. It feels good to be back after a long 9 months.
But it's good to be playing with my friends again and stuff like that. I miss playing with them. It was hard watching from the bench all last year, and it's just good to be back, I guess.
The boys basketball team played back-to-back games last Friday and Saturday, beating Edgewood and barely losing to a very talented Terre Haute South team. The boys are back in action tonight at home, playing Greenwood in the second game of a girls and boys doubleheader. For MHS Rewind, I'm Bo Dilley.
The girls basketball team knew this season would be a grind after losing 3 girls who are now playing basketball at the next level. And after one of their star players, Holly Gallion, went down with a sprained ankle in the 5th game of the season, the grind became even harder. Luke Cheatham went to a recent practice to get a closer look at how they're improving and the leadership on the team.
We're trying to enhance our defense, trying to get better on the defensive end. We can't give up 50, 60, 70 points to teams. We're struggling on the scoring side for us, so we're going to flip the switch and flip the coin here and try to go to the other side and try to hold people down into that 40 and 50 mark if we can.
Really our defense, making sure we can stop the other team from scoring as many points so we have a better chance of winning.
Right now, the biggest thing is we can't get the ball up the floor whenever they're pressing us, so working on handling the ball pressure is helping a lot.
Holly and Macy are only 2 seniors, Holly Gallion, Macy Dorset, and we're leaning toward them to kind of ramrod things, trying to bring the young pups up, if you will, to the speed and try to be those leaders and good role models and you know the kind of kids that do the right things on and off the floor.
I try to be a leader every day, like make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to. And if somebody's not doing what they're supposed to, I go up to them and I'm just like encourage them to do what's right and always to be listening to coach, whatever he says goes.
Zone and multiple zones to stay out of foul trouble. You start sticking your chicken wings in there, you're going to get them broke off.
I try to be positive. I try to encourage everyone. Whenever we're doing bad, I try to pick everyone up and just be positive. Because I think that like showing them that you're there for them and there to help them is a good thing.
They really encourage us the whole time during practice,
and when I'm struggling to handle the ball especially, Holly really helps with that.
We're basing things not just on the wins and loss columns. We got small wins. We're trying to get our expectations and our goals that are realistic, that we can meet.
Definitely going to get a lot better. We already have gotten a lot better, and I think our potential is definitely there. We can get a lot better than we are.
Thanks to Luke Cheatham for that story. The girls also play Greenwood tonight. If you can't make it to the boy-girl doubleheader, no worries. MHS Rewind has you covered. The live stream tips off just before 6 on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and IHSAA TV. The boys' game will follow about 30 minutes after the girls' game.
The wrestling team is back in action and off to a hot start with successful meets at Indian Creek and the Edgewood Invitational.
The boys' wrestling team is shot out of a cannon here early in the season. They are currently 4-1 as they head into the Bloomington North Invite this Saturday. This is one of the youngest teams that head coach Brian Runyon has hit the mats with in a while.
It's a very young team, lots of freshmen, lots of sophomores. The goals are always the same: win, finish the season on top.
Don't let the young talent on this team distract you from some of the senior success as well.
I love my seniors. Trevor Hott, I've had him in the program for years. He's been a leader. Stevie Drake, I've known him since he was born. John Cook has been a worker ever since he entered our program. Braden Lynn is one of the hardest workers I've ever met inside the wrestling room and outside the wrestling room.
Hott has been around for many years. He made it to semi-state as a sophomore and to regional last year as a junior. It's no question that he loves the sport and will go to war on the mats for his coach and teammates.
I love getting out there all over Indiana, the U.S., and just finding competition, finding guys to wrestle the best. You know, to be the best, you got to beat the best. So I love that. And making friends and family in the sport is awesome.
Hott has dedicated a lot of his time in the off-season to extra training to prepare for his final season.
This year I participated at the Fargo Nationals in Fargo, North Dakota. It's the highest high school recruited tournament. You get all Division I schools, D2, D3. They go there. It's actually the #1 largest tournament in the entire world.
Although the team is having some early success, they are rolling without one of their best wrestlers. Sophomore Brennan Leonard has sustained an injury that has sidelined him for the foreseeable future, but he will return later in the season looking to pick up where he left off last year.
Right now we don't really have a timeline for when I'm coming back, so I just gotta always be ready for it.
Leonard had a stellar freshman year advancing to semi-state, and when he returns, it will be a huge boost for this already talented team.
As long as I can get healthy and start feeling good, I'm hoping to be a state qualifier this year, but that's all down the line. I just have to worry about right now.
We started the season with a couple guys in the rankings, Trevor Hott and Brennan Leonard. Both of them had breakout seasons last year, expecting more of the same from both of them this year.
If Leonard makes it back from injury, and Hott as well as the rest of the artisans continue to wrestle like they had to start the season, Coach Runyon hopes to see his team make a deep run come sectionals.
And finally, Austin, most people know that 5th graders have a chance to go to Bradford Woods every fall.
That's right, Jack, but most people don't know about the select group of seniors that get to go too. Ezra Pauly has the story.
The Bradford Woods experience is something that sticks with every kid who goes.
This morning before we went to breakfast, we played a game by the cabin. We took a hike yesterday at night.
I like it a lot. Today's the all-day hike, and I cannot wait.
A select few seniors, called Plus Seniors, get to go help create those memories by chaperoning and watching over the kids, acting as teachers' assistants on the trails and in the cabins.
We help them make sure they don't get lost, obviously. We help them do little skits.
PLUS stands for Pupils Learning United in Service, and it gives seniors another chance to experience Bradford Woods.
I think it was just like a really big experience because I didn't really leave my house much in 5th grade. So we came here, we stayed the night away from home, and you just kind of spend time with friends, walk in the woods. So it was really fun.
I remember the cabins and the hiking, and we got to walk in the creek a little while. That was really fun.
It's a really neat program to see seniors get to show a little bit more leadership, a little bit more responsibility in what they do.
There is a long selection process to choose which seniors would be best fit to chaperone.
I didn't really know it was a thing until I got this giant yellow packet from Mr. Pratt, and we had to fill all of this stuff out, and then we went through an interview process, and then finally came back and was you're a Plus Senior, so.
Mr. Pratt plans to send out packets during January or February to juniors who will be eligible to be a Plus Senior next year. For MHS Rewind, I'm Ezra Polly.
That wraps it up for this edition of MHS Rewind. For Jack Reeves and the rest of the RTF2 class, I'm Austin Bray.
Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and always remember to enjoy the ride.